Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and I am joined with Zelixor.
Heyo.
Welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight. Today we have a Alpine mini park to visit, so stay tuned and let's check it out. Alright, welcome back everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. And we're going to dive right on into things. Today's creation is Alpine Mini Park, created by Baggles11001. And he is a subscriber. So come join us on Discord, Baggles, as well as anyone else watching the video. Links are down in the description below, as well as our Patreon. And this is one of our patrons. So thank you so much for your support, Baggles. And here they say, I've been working on this project for quite some time, and I'm finally happy with it. Welcome to my Alpine Mini Park. Super creative, I know. It's an original name. Take a walk around my park with breathtaking views amongst the great outdoors, with 3 exciting coasters and a few flat rides for the less adventurous. As my first larger creation, I love all the feedback. I'm currently starting my next project. So because this player is unranked, a non-Discord member, once they join, what rank would they get? And I'd probably give them about a new builder or builder. They only have a couple things on their workshop. So this is a very new builder to the game. This is their first finished creation. So we're gonna go easy on them, but we're also gonna give feedback. So here we are at the park entrance, and let's check out what they've done for us here today, Zal.
Let's do it.
First thing I'm noticing is the pathwork is pretty crazy. Not that that's a bad thing, but I think you can decorate it a little bit more. Just have some gardens and...
Yeah, I tried with the rocks and everything, but yeah. I think Alpine is... it can get repetitive very quickly, so you really have to work that theme. With a lot of woods and, you know, a bit from what we see in Planet Zoo.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit easier to flesh out the Alpine theme there.
Yep.
But something like that, so gotta work with.
Yeah, I agree.
Because these trees are just all the same, right? You have like 4 trees, pine trees or something.
Boarding station is also like it's Caribbean pieces. I would definitely go with something more like a Alpine ski resort made out of wood, right?
Yeah.
So here we have our first coaster of the park, and we have a Typhoon Barghest, but the train obviously has been swapped to a Zenith. So that's interesting. There's a look at all the stats if you want to see them. Anything standing out? G-forces all seem pretty good. Airtime count 4, 3 seconds of airtime. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Let's see how it goes. I think that's pretty much it right there, right? I think the coaster's pretty good. I could use a tad bit of smoothing between some areas. It just felt a little bit rough in some spots, but not very much. But you utilized your banking. You definitely did smoothing. It's a lot smoother than what we see from a lot of the newer builders. So even though I think it could use a tiny bit more, I think it's 90% there. Layout's pretty fun, so I really don't have any major feedback standing out to me on this coaster. How about you?
No, same.
Yeah. Other than like the boarding station and theming.
Yeah, the path thing, I mean, people forget about that, I think, a lot. When they just put paths down and that's it.
Yeah.
You really have to...
yeah, because this whole area is just kind of like... It looks like sandbox mode. Just like putting stuff down and wiggling paths in. Feels a little bit unpolished. You got like the street lights in and trees, but I feel like you got to take it to the next level. Even just some painting. Get some of that, like, if we go to our terrain tool and you go to, you know, light, probably like light grass or something, bring down that intensity. And what I usually do is just kind of like, you know what I mean, just rough it around the sides.
Along the path. Yeah, and benches and trash cans, and, you know, it will change, and some bushes, right? It will change the entire look of a path.
Absolutely.
Just a little touch.
Yeah.
And then take out every other street light.
And one thing you could do with the grass, use the lighter grass to touch up the tops, almost like highlights. If you want, you can get some darker grass or mud, kind of for where the water line is. Increase that intensity. Just get some painting going on in there.
Yeah.
Brings it out, makes it
Definitely.
pop a little bit more. And then as you add the rocks and bushes and shrubs, it'll definitely take it to the next level. Okay. Let's continue on these crazy queues. There's a lot of guests in here. How many do we have? 2,000 almost.
Oh wow, that's why you're lagging a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at OBS and it seems to be choppier than in game. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I need to do another driver update. OBS is so inconsistent. Some days it's good, sometimes it's terrible. Hopefully it turns out okay though. Okay, so we have one taken off right here, and it is the Iron Fury steel-topped RMC. There's a look at all the stats. Again, G-forces all seem pretty good. Airtime count's pretty good. So nothing that's standing out right away in terms of stats, just like the last one. So let's just see how it rides. Okay. It's fun, a little bit underwhelming for an RMC. You didn't utilize any of the inversions or features that it has. I felt like some of the supports were really strange, such as like these segments that are all missing supports. It just didn't look right to me. Could use more extreme banking, more extreme dips. It just was a little bit underwhelming. I expect RMCs to be a little bit more furious than that. But not too bad, a strong effort there. And
I think, you know, going through all the terrain, that's what I really liked. A lot of people don't really do that, like, you know, when they're starting out to build.
Yeah, I had a little bit of an exploration aspect going through these tunnels and stuff, but actually the thought that came to my mind is it felt more like a mine train coaster.
Yeah.
I feel like if you would have made it a mine train coaster instead of RMC, it would have worked better. The characteristics of the mine RMC were missing, and like because it can actually invert, it can go upside down, it can do a lot of really cool stuff. But this had the features and the feel and the layout of a mine train coaster, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Better boarding station on this one, but still a little bit plain. I think it's much better suiting to the Alpine theme than the last one we saw.
I think the problem is a lot of times when they start out is that you don't really have this building structural integrity going on.
Yeah, this looks good.
know?
This area here.
This is way better. Yeah.
I want to see that first.
Where this
That's
should be.
loud. Yeah.
Right.
Do you hear it,
I
so?
love aliens. Yeah, I do.
The pathing doesn't even really make sense. Like the fact that we have to go all the way around here to get up top. I feel like it's not. There's no like central. You know what I mean? It's all wiggly squiggly. It's not centralized. You know, any rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I mean, if it would have been a mountain, I get it. That probably wouldn't be easy to make new paths just straight through. You just go around. Wiggly, wiggly.
Yeah, it does look like OBS or something's chugging here. I might have to unsubscribe to all items again. Every time we start subscribing to the Theme Maker Toolkit, it seems to slowly bog down Planet Coaster. And if we go to, what, is it scenery? They start popping up here, right?
Yeah.
All this stuff. It starts to lag out your game.
Well, toolkit items. So there you see them.
Right.
Bottom left.
So hopefully the video turns out good, but we'll definitely do a nuke in between episodes, so the next one is definitely a little bit smoother. So it looks like we have a wooden coaster here. Wooden gnarler, green across the board. But you're definitely getting good on the stats. Okay, I definitely feel like this is your strongest out of the three, especially including like the theming and the boarding station and all that.
Well,
you know, it has all the good layouts and aspects of a wooden coaster, great banking, great boarding station up in the hills. It's looking good. Very solid coaster. So out of a very new builder to the game, I think your coaster concepts and basics are pretty darn good. Although I wasn't a big fan of this one. It does feel a little bit off. Like I said, it probably would have been better to make it a mine train. And in terms of your theming, Alpine's a little bit tricky to do because it is all just nature. But I would like to see us explore like the hills a little bit more. Maybe add some of that custom paint, like a little bit of snowy tops or a chairlift. Yeah. More of these like ponds, rivers, and streams, that sort of stuff. Maybe integrate some river rapids going through.
Yeah, because you don't have to make it snowy. You don't have to make it a ski thing.
No.
You can, right? Just make it nice or like autumny or...
You can, yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely an option. Yeah, because there are ways to make that pop a little bit more, and I think the hills in the background, the peaks and stuff, they could have a little bit of snow just to give it that like visual vista.
And you have those trees with the snow on.
Yeah, exactly.
So that breaks the monotony.
Yeah, and I think with that said, your coaster, I don't really have a whole lot of feedback for you on those. So you've got that going at least. The biggest focus, I would say, is like that theming and the clutter. Getting those benches in, those bins, having a proper food court area somewhere in the park with a centralized path system, or and some nature walks and stuff like that. And then get in there with your paint, as we talked about in the beginning. Paint that up a little bit, add some bushes, rocks. You know, there's not a single rock in this park. Maybe here. That's it.
And maybe also the change the pathing.
Yeah.
Like to a different color, different.
That's actually a great
material.
suggestion. Like even in this like center plaza area. I mean, I think maybe something like a cobblestone could work. You know, you can go in here and cover that up and have some of the have some of the queues a little bit more wooden, going up into these wooden cabins and stuff. So I definitely think mixing that up based off of the terrain paint, you know, depending on what the area is feeling like, you can definitely change the vibe based off of terrain paint and pathing. And you know, you can even switch up the rails. You can turn on the rails once in a while, just because, you know, having rails along these outer areas by the lake might be a pretty good idea. So you can even go in here and go where is it? Railings on ground path. And then when you click this, you get those nice railings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much all my feedback for Baggles. And also come join us on Discord, get your rank, come in, fill out the form, as well as anyone else new to the game. And yeah, we'll rank you up, and then I look forward to seeing what you do next. Baggles, what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below for Baggles on his mini park here today. And that's going to do it for us in today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
Bye now.